Freakier Friday on a Tuesday in this economy. We are here for you with an early review of Freakier Friday. As you might surmise, it is the sequel to Freaky Friday, which was itself a remake of the 1970s Freaky Friday. But we do have Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis back together again with other body swapping activities. Alonso, what happens here?
You've walked in each other's path. You learned a lesson that may serve you again. Okay, that's enough.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, it's 22 years since the last Freaky Friday, believe it or not. And Lindsay Lohan's character, Anna, has chosen single motherhood, and she's been raising a daughter who is now a teenager, Harper, played by Julia Butters. And Harper has an enemy at school, a snotty British expat named Lily, played by Sophia Hammons. And when they cause a catastrophe in the science lab, Anna comes in for a meeting in the principal's office and has a meet cute with Lily's dad, played by Manny Jacinto. And of course, you know, why wouldn't they fall in love at first sight? And they do. One montage later, they are getting ready to be married, but Lily and Harper still don't like each other. And there's some concern that, you know, if they stay in LA, Lily will be unhappy. But if they move to England, Harper will be unhappy because she likes to surf and she likes that SoCal living. So all of this builds to a head where the two girls go to see a dodgy psychic played by Vanessa Bayer at Anna's bachelorette party. And wouldn't you know it, they switch bodies. Lily enters the body of Jamie Lee Curtis's character, Tess. Harper enters the body of Anna, and vice versa. Shenanigans ensue. And to this movie's credit, there are new shenanigans and different shenanigans. And both Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are still very game for this kind of thing. A lot of wild physical comedy. And, you know, because Lily is very fashion forward and wants to be a designer, she puts Jamie Lee Curtis in all kinds of crazy outfits and gives her bangs. There is a hilarious moment where Lindsay Lohan, with the teen girl inside of her, is trying to seduce her ex, played by Chad Michael Murray, and like tossing her hair and winking in a way that just seems like she's, you know, losing. He thinks she's having a stroke. Meanwhile, of course, the teen girls with the older ladies inside of them are dealing with their own stuff and enjoying that they can eat sugar and dairy. And Julia Butters, you may remember from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, as the young actress working on the TV show with Leonardo DiCaprio. I was a big fan of hers for years before that on the sitcom American Housewife. And she's always been one of those kid actors that just seems to be 40. On the inside. So her being like grown up Lindsay Lohan, it works perfectly. Like she understands the assignment. I laughed quite consistently throughout this whole thing. It gets a little, you know, everybody has to feel their feelings in the last act, whatever, fine. We know that's part of the drill here, but I think this is a lot of fun. It's very funny. The pace is good. It's a very LA movie. I'm sure you have thoughts about the geography, but you know, there's a lot of you know, the Wiltern and the Line, which is where the fake restaurant is, are actually pretty close together on Wilshire. I don't know if they're walkable, but you know, that's up to you. But I had a really good time watching this.
I did too, and I was so surprised at how consistently funny it is. I laughed the whole way through. I laughed out loud the whole way through. And a lot of it does come from that very reliable physical comedy, the body swap comedy, the horror of the young women feeling what it's like to be in an old person's body. And as a middle-aged lady, I very much related to like everything that everyone was going to at various points in time. I thought it was really charming. And Jamie Lee Curtis is so down for all of this. And she and Lindsay Lohan still have this really tremendous chemistry with each other. I know you say in the third act, there are too many people feeling their feelings, but what Jamie Lee Curtis does is legitimately moving and hard because it has to operate on various levels at once. Like she has to act like she has a teenage British girl inside of her feeling feelings about her dad.
Yes.
And yet be obviously still in the body of an older woman. And the fact that she can pull all that off and that it's like legitimately emotional is a testament to all that craft and the writing I was just really impressed by that.
Yeah, this is directed by Nisha Ganatra, who I remember screening her early films back at Outfest, but in recent years she did The High Note, which I liked very much, and Late Night, which I did not. But she's also done a lot of really cool TV, including Welcome to Chippendales, which we talked about for our Patreon. She has a real grasp of this material, and I think it is not just hitting. I mean, we just endured Happy Gilmore 2, which is a movie that is just going to play the hits again and literally borrow the hits from the first movie and show them to you again in case you've forgotten. And this is a movie where I don't feel like they are actively trying to just do the first movie again. And in fact, I think if you hadn't even seen the first movie, you'd be fine here. Like, they explain what you need to know. And so, yeah, I think, there's a lot of talk about this being sort of Lindsay Lohan's comeback. I have enjoyed her, Netflix movies the last couple of years, but, she's in a legit big studio movie.
She's been back. Lindsay been back.
Exactly.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, agreed. But she's carrying it off here really well. Yeah. And I'll tell you, let's not forget, Jamie Lee Curtis is actively defying the Best Supporting Oscar curse. Because that'll mess up a career. I mean, poor Ariana DeBose, like, just coming off of, Craven the Hunter and Love Hurts. So, good on Jamie Lee. Exactly. Good on Jamie Lee Curtis for, keeping the torch aloft and finding new ways to do the thing of, I have a teenage girl inside me, So yeah, this is far better than any sequel had to be. And I think it is a legit August surprise.
Yeah, and the callbacks to the first Freaky Friday, they bring them back in a new way. It's not like, oh, we're going to show you the clip or we're going to trot the same joke out.
Right.
There are callbacks, but they have evolved to meet the moment. And so, like, everything with the Chad Michael Murray character, for example, I thought was really inspired and really funny and unexpected, the way that all of that turns out. Like, the costume design is very important here as far as who is who when and how they express themselves and how that changes throughout. There is a concert that takes place. You mentioned the Will Turn, and that's an example of, we talk about all the time, like, is the song good? Is the art good? Is the book good? Like, it's a fun song. The song they end up playing is really fun. And maybe all that goes on too long, is a little cheesy, but then, like, there's such goodwill that I went with it, and it was fun. Yeah. A good LA movie as far as, like, the beach and Hollywood and downtown LA. And they use all of those places in ways that felt like that is where these people would go.
Yeah, totally. I love, there's a whole Silver Lake food montage, because why not? And I was thinking, like, if you were like a 12-year-old when the first, when the previous Freaky Friday came out, you're now in your mid 30s. And so, like, you are now probably of the demo to be taking your own kids to see this movie. And obviously, I'm sure this is a film that has accrued an audience over the years of, like, new generations of kids seeing it on Disney Plus or whatever. And so I think this movie does right by those folks who want to see, this crew together again, but also kind of a new, younger generation of kids involved in the thing. So yeah, I think this is well done all around, and I really enjoyed myself.
One more quick thing, kind of surprising and daring in a Disney movie. Lindsay Lohan is a single mom.
Yes. No dead parents.
No dead parent. No explanation. Who's the dad? We don't get bogged down in that. And that seemed kind of bold for a family-friendly Disney movie.
True. Yeah. No, very, very forward thinking, and a lot of rainbow flags at the bake sale. I like that too.
Yes. Super gay pastries. All right. So what is your number then on Freakier Friday?
I said an 8.5. I think people should check it out. I had a really good time.
I will also say 8. Yeah, it was really, really fun. So Freakier Friday in theaters this Friday. Go check it out.